Hi guys, and a warm and loving welcome here on the Violetlight channel. Thank you so much for stopping by and also for sharing your energy and your presence over here. Okay guys, so this is a reading which is filled with messages and guidance about whatever it is that Spirit wants you to know at this moment of finding this video. It can also just be guidance about the week and what it is that you need to know about this week. But whenever you find this video, the messages and the guidance is meant for you. So we have 3 piles to choose from. We have pile number 1 over here with the tiger's eye crystal. Then for pile number 2, we have the lapis lazuli crystal. And then for pile number 3 over here, we have the dragon's blood crystal. Okay guys, so now it is time to connect to your higher self, get in tune with your intuition, and just feel where your energy feels guided to. If you maybe have something on your mind, like, maybe you have questions or you need guidance about a circumstance or a person, you can also send that out and say, this is the information that you want, and ask your guides to help you. But whatever you do, just follow your intuition and feel which pile is meant for you. Perhaps you are drawn to a crystal, perhaps it's just one of these cards. So if you are drawn to a card, it means, or to a pile, or maybe even more piles, it does mean that there are messages for you in that pile. And this is a collective reading, so just take what resonates, and if it's not meant for you, just simply let it go. I will go ahead and start with pile number 1 with the tiger's eye crystal. Hi guys, and welcome to everybody that chose pile number 1. Welcome to your reading, guys. Okay guys, so let's get into the messages or guidance that you need for this moment in time. So let's start over here with this energy over here, and it says autumn, release the old and rest. Okay guys, and then as well, I also want to go to this card over here, and it says you are at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you now. Okay guys, so this is a very clear message from Spirit with these 2 cards together, telling you that right now it is time to let go of anything that no longer serves you. Release the old energies, release the old blocks, release anything that you no longer need in the new chapter of your life, and step into that new energy. When we are in a cycle in life, in the cycle where stuff is ending and we are moving into a new chapter, sometimes it can be extremely overwhelming because there can be a lot of stuff that comes up that we need to deal with before we step into this new chapter. And this can be many different things. So for many of you, it can be a little bit of an unbalanced time, an unsure time. It can even be a time where things feel that it is very chaotic, almost like a tower moment where it is that energy where you can no longer hold on. You need to create this change. It's almost like it is just automatically happening, and sometimes this can really throw us, off, and we feel ungrounded, we feel unsure. But whatever the case might be, and however you are experiencing this change, there is that energy of change that is right now in your being. And very often when we are in that space where, there's a lot of changes happening, there is a lot of, new things entering, or a lot of things releasing our lives, it can also be a time where we really need to step into that energy and really look after ourselves. It is a time where we need to sit and we need to focus on, spending time with ourselves, rebalancing our energies, looking after ourselves. Make time for you. Make time to balance your energy, especially if these changes are difficult changes or hard changes, or these shifts, bring out a lot of emotion in you. Take that time for yourself, because you need to take that time for yourself to rebalance your energies and get into alignment, so that you can attract new, beautiful, wonderful things in your life as well. So definitely, we can see the energy of rest over here. It literally says and rest. So again, that is spirit telling you again to take time for yourself and focus on yourself, on your own self-healing. Take time to focus on what is it that your body, your spirit, your emotions, your physical, all your things. Look after yourself and find that balance within yourself. It is a time to focus on you and balancing your energy, and as well find that grounding energy, because often in the energy of change we can feel very ungrounded. We also have the energy of nutrition over here. So again, with this message, this is again spirit telling you to look after yourself and to also be aware what it is that you are putting into your body. Are you giving your body the correct nutrition? Are you eating healthy foods full of water and nutrition that can balance your body? Because remember, food plays a very big role in how we feel as well, and also on the thoughts that we have. If you eat unhealthy foods, you will become sluggish. Your thoughts will be sluggish. You will feel bad. You will feel heavy in your body. If you eat nutritious food that your body needs, you will feel balanced. You will feel alive. You will feel full of energy. So really focus on the energy of getting enough nutrition in. But again, there is that energy with nutrition coming in. So take the energy of nutrition however it resonates. For some of you, you might already be in that energy and create beautiful healthy foods for your family and look after your food, your family. But there is something about nutrition coming up, and for most of you it is related to that self-care and taking in all the nutritions that our body does need at this moment in time as well. Okay, guys, and then for your next card, we have Rosetta, and it says, you have a gift for working with young people, and your divine purpose involves helping, teaching, or parenting children. Okay, guys, so take this however this resonates for you and your situation. For some of you, this is a literal message, and you're very good and you work with children, or you stepping into that energy of working with children. For some of you, it is also a spirit encouraging you now to, at the end of this chapter, to actually go and go and work with children if that is your passion. But for the majority of you, this is just that information or that confirmation that if you have any children in your care, whether you are a parent, a grandparent, or maybe you have a younger sister or a younger brother or younger siblings, whatever the case might be, there is something about your energy that is really good for children. They get something out of your energy. This can be young people as well, but there is something. Maybe you always have the right words to say. Maybe you are fun or creative or whatever it is. Maybe they feel your kindness, but there is something about your energy field that is really good and stimulating for the young ones. Okay, and like I mentioned before, for some of you, this is also telling you that you are a wonderful parent or a wonderful caregiver or a wonderful sister or brother. There is that energy as well coming in. Okay, guys, and for your animal for this week, we have the giraffe wisdom, and it says foresight, graceful, and patient. Okay, guys, so take this energy however a giraffe resonates for you, but this is that beautiful positive energy. So for me, like if I think about a giraffe, I immediately feel very gentle energy. I've been very blessed to have met giraffes before, and I always find them to be extremely gentle and very cute actually. And there's a certain kind, like I say again, a certain kind of gentleness which also makes me think of open-heartedness. Okay, I also feel because they have a certain pattern on them, maybe they can also help us to recognize certain patterns within our lives, healthy patterns, unhealthy patterns, whatever the case might be. With patterns, I mean certain things that we get locked into. So, for example, I often get locked into a pattern of unhealthy eating. I love my chips, but I also know that it isn't good for me. But I also need to see sometimes if I go into that pattern of eating unhealthy. It's very interesting because we do have nutrition, but I'm just saying, for me, that is something that I need to watch out. My patterns with eating. So, also see which patterns in your life are maybe bringing you down. Maybe you give too much to those around you. Maybe you always put yourself second. Maybe you don't value yourself. There can be many different patterns. But this is also about that energy of having foresight. What is it that you want in your life? And, thinking ahead, like I want to create this in my life. And, believing in yourself that you are able to achieve that energy. So, take this as a very personal message. What does a giraffe represent to you? The beautiful positive energy of a giraffe. And then for your last card, we have this beautiful, beautiful card, which says, believe in yourself, see yourself doing well, and you will. Okay, guys, this is so powerful. Remember that, whatever energy we put into ourselves is what we are going to attract. So if you don't believe in yourself, you feel that you are not good enough, you feel that you are not worthy enough, you are going to keep attracting certain circumstances and people in your life that treat you the same. If you believe that you are worthy of all the best, you will attract all the best. So Spirit is telling you, in this new chapter in your life, look after yourself, care for yourself, know that you are worthy enough to receive this care, and also believe in yourself. Believe that you are worthy enough to create anything in your life. What you seek is seeking you too, and you are worthy enough to have it. Whatever we want in our hearts, that which is beautiful, which is pure, we deserve that. Otherwise, we would not want it. And the only way that you can really attract what you want is to believe that you are worthy of it and that you do deserve this. And it's also very interesting because you guys are drawn to the tiger's eye crystal, and this tiger's eye crystal has also got to do with that energy of self-worth and self-confidence. So definitely it is that energy where Spirit is encouraging you to work more on that energy of believing in yourself and to step more into your self-worth and your self-confidence. Thank you so much, guys. I wish you lots of love and light. Keep well. Pile number 2, namaste. Hi guys, and welcome to your reading, pile number 2 with the lapis lazuli crystal. Welcome guys. Okay, so let's get into the messages and the guidance that's meant for you right now. Okay guys, so I do want to mention, first of all, there is an energy of something manifesting. Okay, so there is that energy kind of that's being felt within this reading. So obviously I don't know how far this manifestation is or how long it is going to take to manifest, but there is that energy where there was a lot of attention giving to something, and it is in that process of manifesting, whether it's going to take a week, a day, 3 months, whatever it is. But just keep doing what you are doing, because there's something that you're manifesting that's very big that will bring you a lot of happiness. Okay, so this is the energy that I'm just feeling as I was working with the cards. Let's get into the messages that is needed for you guys right now. So I would just like to start over here with the energy of patience, and it says, now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. Enjoy being a student, because in the future you will synthesize your knowledge into action. Okay guys, so of course, this can be literal study that some of you, are a student, but I think that there is a certain kind of, knowledge that you guys have, that you have acquired. And for some of you, you might have acquired this through your work, or some kind of skill that you have learned, and this might have taken you many years, a lot of patience in learning this, or whatever the case might be. And because you have this knowledge within you, you can now use this knowledge to create something very big in your life. You have been very patient, you have learned the skill, you have learned the knowledge, and now you can actually use that to to create something in your life, or create something with it. So we do have that energy. It's almost like your patience have been paid off. Maybe it took you many years to bring this energy in, or whatever the case might be. So there is that energy of a lot of skills that you have learned, and because of these skills that you have learned, you are now in a place where you can create something, like I've mentioned before. We also have the energy builder over here, and it says your innate ability to build and create brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. So again, this is that energy that right now, because of something or some knowledge that you have acquired, you can now build something amazing in your life. It's almost like, that some of you can be these energies. You just know how to create something that you want. It's that energy of how to build like the life that you want. We do have that energy. For some of you, you are now stepping into that energy and creating, knowing how to create the life that you want, because you do have the knowledge. For a small percentage of you, you are now still learning and acquiring these knowledge, but for the majority of you, there is that energy that you already have the knowledge, you already have the skills, you have done the work, and now you are ready to build something massive and amazing for yourself. I am also picking up some kind of energy where this can be something, I don't know why this also comes up in your reading. Take this, however it resonates, but it is that energy of old architecture, maybe walking along like an old little pathway between old buildings. Maybe there's beautiful hills around you, but it is that old building. For some of you, you might even enjoy just sitting among old buildings and admiring the architecture, or learning about some historical buildings, or whatever the case might be. But there is also something in regards to old architecture or old buildings, or like maybe even little pathways that's still made out of stone from ancient times, or whatever the case might be, or walking on hills or in the countryside. There is something about that energy. So again, just take it how it resonates. Maybe some of you are actually literal builders, and you are building some kind of city, but in any case, we do have that energy coming up as well. Then we also have over here the Hermit energy, and it says retreat and recharge. Okay guys, so again, this can reflect to your energy of being very patient and being very hardworking and creating stuff, that you connect to that innate energy within you, and you bring that energy and create in the 3D. For some of you, this can also be a literal message that right now it is also a time to just be by yourself and recharge your battery. So take this however this energy resonates towards you, okay? But the Hermit energy is that energy where we go within as well. We cut the outside world in, and we focus on that inner world within us. We retreat. We within that energy of retreating, we also replenish and recharge our energy. So for some of you, there is also that energy to just take some time out and just balance and recharge your energies. I truly believe that we should do this every single day, because we pick up so much stuff and we can really lose ourselves. So every day, make that time to recharge and rebalance our energies. We also have thankful, think about the people and things you feel grateful for. So also in that energy of, recharging, we can also think about all these beautiful things that we feel so grateful for. And remember, the more we feel grateful and thankful, the more we send out that energies and the more we attract things that we feel grateful and happy for. Okay, guys, and as well, I just want to say we have lapis lazuli, which is an energy of also connecting very strongly to our spiritual side, to our intuition. So it's just also interesting that we have the hermit energy, yeah, and of course, when we go in, we connect to our inner world and our intuition as well. Okay, and then for your last two cards, we have crystal, have faith and hope, because there is something positive and new on the horizon that you can't see. And we also have the ladybug, which says new opportunities, good luck, and manifest. Okay, guys, so with these two cards, beautiful things, where finally something positive is coming into your life. Your manifestations are coming in. So definitely all with this reading, basically what Spirit is saying, something new is coming in. You have been very patient. You have manifested something fabulous in your life. So this is wonderful news, guys. Thank you so much, pile number 2. Please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Lots of love and light, and namaste. Hi guys, and a warm and loving welcome on the Violetlight channel, and welcome to your reading, guys. Okay, so let's get into your messages. What is it that Spirit wants you to know right now? The messages are actually very straightforward. Pile number 3, this is going to be like a 1-second reading, not literally, but I'm just joking, but really the messages are quite straightforward. So first of all, I want to go over here to the Lord, and it says, take charge with authority. Okay, guys, and then over here as well, we have Oceana, and it says, take action. You're in touch with your truth in this situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. Okay, guys, basically these two cards have exactly the same meaning and the same message from Spirit, and Spirit is saying there is something that you need to do, and you know what it is that you need to do. For some of you, it will also be a little bit difficult to step into that energy, because you may be going to really have to step up, or speak your truth, or say what needs to be heard. Whatever it is, you know what you need to do. And for some of you, it can be a little bit challenging to go ahead and do this, but you need to do this. Okay, Spirit is saying, go ahead and do this. You have the ability to do this. You need to go ahead and do this. And very interestingly enough, you guys also chose the the dragon's bloodstone, and this dragon bloodstone again is that energy where it encourages us and it helps us to do what we need to do. It helps us to take action. It helps us to step into our power and have the confidence to go ahead and do that. So basically, you guys have 3 messages coming up with the same message. Okay, over here, and with the dragon's blood, go ahead and do it. Your intuition, there's something nudging at you. You already know what it is that you need to do, so go ahead and do this. Pile number 3. Basically, that's the message from Spirit. Go ahead and take action in this situation. Okay, and this is also that energy where you know what you need to do. You are following your intuition, so you're going to get that victory. We have the victory card over here. Victory, your desire is coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. Okay, so this is all beautiful energies. The whole force is on your side helping you. We also have laughter. You need a good laugh. So this is also about just let all the heaviness go. Focus on the happy energies. You know what it is that you need to do. Yes, maybe it is difficult, but see the highest outcome. Bring that light of happiness and laughter in. Laughter is such a powerful energy to really lift our vibration and feel that happy energy. And of course, if we feel light and happy, we attract more of that energy. So it's almost like let the heavy energies go. Step into the happy energies. You've got this. Source is with you, and you're going to get the desired outcome. It's just also interesting because we have the peacock wisdom, yeah? and it says beauty, expansiveness, express yourself. So with the express yourself, this can literally maybe be, again, that you need to maybe speak up to somebody or whatever it is. But again, this is expressing that true inner something that you need to express in whichever way. You already know what it is that you need to do and what it is that you need to express. Okay, and again, this is also that blue energy, that throat chakra energy. So it can be, like I mentioned before, that maybe you just need to go and speak to somebody. Maybe they don't want to hear what you need to say, but sometimes, sometimes we need to speak up. We also have the energy of flowers. Okay, guys, so with this flower energy, I just want to mention that flowers are extremely healing. So they too have their own energy vibration, and they actually give energy off. So when we are in the presence of flowers, we do actually receive their resonance, their energy, and their healing. So really surround yourself with the energy of flowers. It will be very beneficial for you. And not just that, flowers also raise the energy vibration of a place that you put them in. So if you decorate your home with beautiful flowers, it already raises the energy vibration. And very often beautiful light beings can also be attracted to the energy of flowers, like angels and fairies and all of that. It's easier for them to come in because the energy resonance is a lot higher. So definitely go out and absorb the beautiful energies of flowers today. Of course, this can also literally mean that you need to work with flowers. Let me just read the message. Working with flowers, open your heart and brings blessings to others through your life purpose. So again, it is also talking about how flowers bring beautiful blessings, and maybe there's something where you can go ahead and just spread that beautiful love. For some of you, you actually need to go and give somebody flowers. Maybe these flowers can really brighten their day or just make them feel happy and make them feel that somebody actually cares. But there is a message about flowers. So again, this is a collective reading, so take this energy however it resonates. But overall, pile number 3, this is really the message where Spirit is telling you, step in your power, step in your courage, take charge of this situation and go and do what it is that you want, that you need to do. You know what it is. It might be difficult, but you've got this and you're going to get the desired outcome. And just let all heaviness about this go. Just focus on the light and the happiness. Sometimes we can get caught up so much in life and stuff that happens that we forget to have fun. But overall, beautiful energies to you, pile number 3. The force is with you. Thank you so much. And if you enjoyed this reading, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you so much, guys. Lots of love and light.